Arriving in North County as we speak. We will be timing out what to expect over the next several hours and when we'll see this wet weather die down.
Plus, a Chula Vista councilwoman facing fraud charges and calls to step down is now running for re-election.
I mean, when is it going to stop? I mean, is next year they're going to raise it to $25 an hour?
New concerns that a wage hike will actually hurt some workers.
Get into that home before those prices continue to rise.
Mortgage rates could drop even more. Why experts say you should not wait to buy, though.
You're watching CBS 8 Mornings at 6.
A storm is bringing rain here this morning as many kids return to school from winter break. Glad you're with us at 6 a.m. on this Wednesday. I'm Eric Connard.
And I'm Neda Iranpour. So could this storm bring snow to our local mountains? Is it going to be cold enough? Let's send it over to meteorologist Evan Noorani with all the answers.
The answer is that it seems like some of that snow will fall across the mountains, but the chance of it sticking is pretty slim.
Okay.
So if we do see any accumulating snow, it will likely be less than an inch. Different story for San Bernardino County and Riverside County mountains. They're expecting 2 to 8 inches of snow. That includes Big Bear Mountain, Wrightwood, all spots that could see accumulating snow. However, take a look. This is all coming as rain as we speak, passing through LA County and Orange County, and now just starting to arrive in San Diego County. You can see that border starting to see a little bit of green bleeding on through Oceanside. We'll start to see that rain spread across the city in the next hour or so, and then it will move south from there. So it looks like as we get toward about 8 and 9 a.m., the entire county coastline will be seeing rain, and then it will move east as we head through the morning. Chance of rain pretty high for today, drops off for Thursday through Saturday. Another opportunity for some showers in the forecast going into Sunday. We will be talking in just a few minutes about what to expect throughout the rest of your day today, including some thunderstorms, some wind, and high surf. It's all coming up in just a bit. Back to you.
Well, to keep up with the latest weather conditions and alerts on the go, download the free CBS 8 app from Google Play or the App Store. And show us the weather where you live. Share those photos and videos through the CBS 8 app. There's a Near Me section, and click Share with Us. And now in 2 hours, Chula Vista Councilwoman Andrea Cardenas and her brother are set to appear in court. The siblings are accused of fraud, grand theft, money laundering, and other crimes.
CBS 8's Regina Yarita live outside the downtown courthouse where that hearing will be held here. Regina?
Yeah, guys, good morning. And today's hearing really will give us some insight of what's next on their case. So far, we know that if they're convicted, Jesus Cardenas will be in prison for 4 years and 4 months. As far as Andrea, she could be in prison for 5 years and 8 months. But so far, they're supposed to be in court today, and we'll hear a little bit more about their case. They face fraud, theft, money laundering, conspiracy, and failing to file tax returns. Those are the charges against them. Essentially, they're accused of conning the government out of a $175,000 PPP loan that was supposed to be used to pay employees during the pandemic. The district attorney says that Cardenas pretended the money was needed for workers at their political consulting firm, Grassroots Resources. Instead, investigators say they pocketed the money for their own personal expenses, including funding Andrea's election campaign for Chula Vista City Council. Now, Jesus used to serve as chief of staff for Councilmember Stephen Whitburn. At the arraignment, Andrea and her brother Jesus pleaded not guilty in state court. Since being accused of these charges, Andrea has attended city council meetings despite other council members, including Mayor John McCann, asking for her resignation. Chula Vista residents have also asked for her resignation at city council meetings. Andrea has even submitted her paperwork to appear on the March 5th ballot for re-election. So back out here again, we will get more insight as to what's next for their case. Andrea has not directly talked to the media, but in a written statement, she has announced that she and her brother plan to defend themselves. And that hearing is scheduled for 8:15 in the morning. We'll keep you guys updated for the latest, but for now, I'm in downtown. Regina Yarita, CBS 8.
Regina, thank you very much for that. And now we have some breaking news. 73 people were killed in explosions in Iran. 170 others were hurt. This happened during a ceremony for an Iranian general killed in a U.S. airstrike in 2020. An Iranian official called this a terror attack. but did not say who could be behind it. It comes amid growing tensions in the Middle East over Israel's war against Hamas. We will have more on that coming up here in just a few minutes. And now for news here at home, we do have new information after a 65-year-old man was hit by a car and killed in the Midway district while crossing the street. We learned the man walked into the intersection while the driver had a green light. This happened yesterday about 7 p.m. on Midway Drive, right near Sports Arena Boulevard and West Point Loma Boulevard. Police say the man died on the scene. Police are now investigating the crash.
This morning, the FBI is investigating a series of false bomb threats targeting nearly 100 synagogues across California, including 6 here in San Diego. Temples in San Diego, Ramona, Encinitas, and Carlsbad were all targeted. Law enforcement searched them all but didn't find anything. The sheriff's department says the threats came in emails just before 7 a.m. yesterday, claiming bombs inside temples would detonate soon. Detectives have not yet named any suspects. The Ped West border crossing is set to reopen tomorrow after being closed since early December. CBP officials say the facility's northbound operations will be open 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. 7 days a week. Southbound operations will be open from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. It was closed last month to deal with a surge in border crossings. The closure increased border wait times significantly, which had a drastic impact on businesses during the holiday season. Well, fast food workers employed by big chains here in California are about to see more money in their bank accounts. The maximum, or I should say minimum wage, is taking a big jump to $20 an hour.
Supporters are applauding this new law, but others believe it's going to end up hurting workers. CBS 8's Chris Groh joining us live in Linda Vista to explain how one pretty popular fast food chain is responding to this. Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, good morning, Eric and Netta. And look, only time will tell cause and effect, but what will that effect be and how will it trickle down? For instance, we already know that Pizza Hut is saying that several of their franchises here within the state of California are forced to cut jobs, most of those being delivery drivers, and they'll outsource delivering to sites like Postmates as well as Uber Eats. However, let's talk more about exactly what we're seeing happen. Fast food workers minimum wage going up to $20 an hour if the business that they work for has more than 60 locations nationwide. Of course, it's a big win for those struggling with the cost of living here in California. But employees at jobs in which they don't have 60 or more locations across the nation, they could go seek out that higher minimum wage at one of those businesses, or their current job may increase their pay or benefits to match. So that could potentially be one of those trickle-down effects. Now, the negative that many are pointing out is that some of these business owners, in order to continue, again, with the revenue that they're pulling in, they could be forced to cut some of these higher paying jobs now. So as for how many Pizza Hut is going to lay off, we're looking at around 1,200 delivery drivers at locations throughout California. We spoke with Dale Young, a retired small business owner. He believes more needs to be done to stabilize the overall economy.
I wouldn't say I'm particularly in favor of it, but I understand at the same time that a lot of these people just can't afford to live here. It's a Band-Aid. I mean, when is it going to stop? I mean, is next year they're going to raise it to $25 an hour?
Now, we do have a statement from Pizza Hut's parent company. You can read what they had to say by going to our website, cbs8.com, clicking on the story link. As for when this is expected to take effect, again, April. So again, this is not one of those laws in which it began immediately on January 1st. April is when we'll see those higher wages go up. Eric and Netta.
Chris Groh, thank you for that live update.
Yeah, and rain is headed our way. A lot of kids heading back to the classroom here. That's going to have a little impact. But they get to wear their, their holiday attire, their new threads that they got from Santa.
Maybe got a new coat from Santa. So
or some boots or something. Yeah.
Ideally one with a hood would be helpful today. Showers are starting to arrive in North County as we speak. They're just starting up right around that San Diego Orange County border and going to spread south as the morning continues. Between now and about 9, 10 a.m., most of our San Diego County coastline will see about a quarter of an inch come down, and then that'll move farther to the southeast. Now, lighter accumulations might be possible because we do have some of that rain reserved for the afternoon hours. Chance of a few thunderstorms in the mix, including along the coast, but otherwise inland and toward our mountains. Temperatures are going to be cooler than they have been over the last several days, mostly in the upper 50s and low 60s. We're also going to watch out for plenty of wind this afternoon. We will be under a wind advisory along your coastline and across the mountains and deserts, and you can see how how gusty those winds are going to get. 20 to 30 miles per hour along the coast to the mountains. For the mountains and deserts, and especially into areas like Borrego Springs, Ocotillo Wells, we're going to see those wind gusts around 40 to 50 miles per hour. So this is what warrants that wind advisory. On top of that wind advisory, we also have our high surf advisory remaining. So 7 to 10 foot waves along our coastline, still not a great opportunity for inexperienced surfers to get out in the water. We know that we can't really stop the experienced surfers from getting in. However, lifeguards are urging you to check in with them first, and with the rain that is coming our way, it is only safe that you stay out of that water for a bit of time after this rain comes through. So the high surf advisory remains through 10 p.m. on Thursday. We will see a wind advisory remain in effect along the coastline through 6 p.m. today. For your mountains and deserts, it will remain through 10 p.m. today. So just a couple additional hours on that. And you can see just up to the north of us, that purple and blue on there, indicating areas that are seeing winter weather advisories. Again, we across our mountains are not expecting much in terms of accumulating snow. Mount Laguna, Palomar Mountain could pick up on maybe an inch. Otherwise, though, mountains to the north of us, Big Bear, Wrightwood, expecting closer to 2 to 6 inches or so of accumulating snow. In total for this rain event today, it's not going to be anything too wild for us. We're looking at about 1/4 inch up to, in some cases, for those very high accumulations, about 1/2 inch or so. It's 6:11 on the clock right now. Let's check in on your roads. This is a camera that's going to give us a good view of that rain when it arrives. You're looking at the southbound 5 at Oceanside Boulevard. For now, roads are still dry, and that is because we're still watching as the storm just barely makes its way across that San Diego County, Orange County border. We'll keep you up to date. We'll check in on this live look. Aside from that, you can check in on the latest on the roads on CBS8.com/traffic. Let's take a look at your border wait times. It is a 95-minute wait at the San Ysidro Port of Entry. Otay Mesa Port of Entry going to run you about 85 minutes in total. So both are going to take at least an hour, closer to about an hour 35 at San Ysidro, hour 25 or so at the Otay Mesa Port of Entry. Back to you.
Thank you so much. And still ahead here, look at this, how a street takeover led to a bakery being ransacked.
Plus, fallout for the owner of the Carolina Panthers after he threw a drink on fans of the opposing team. And research being done right here in San Diego could lead to a vaccine for acne.